Is that what that is? But look, it's giving me. Look at these. Look, it's show. It looks like we're on. I don't understand.
Oh, you got it.
All right, so we do have fucking audio. God damn it.
Be cool, dude. Be cool. Just be cool. It's over. It's done.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's all about being cool. It's just be cool.
So
we're being cool.
All right.
Thank you, everybody, for being so cool. We're gratitude.
Yeah, thank you.
They hung out. They hang. They waited. They were letting us know. They were really, dude. It's all about blessings, man. We got people supporting. That's what you look for. You don't look at the other side. You can if you want to, but it's not going to do anything.
We had more people watching that than normal.
You still have your friends.
Screw you, Sam.
And people are here, and you're in therapy.
Speaking of which, so yesterday I go to my first therapy session in a few years, and
what a great episode.
And so 30 minutes into, because, it's the first, I'm just getting to know this guy, and his name is, I don't remember his name now, Tom? John Toms?
It's probably John Toms.
Tom Johns? And 30 minutes, so he's getting to know me, and they're asking a lot of questions, and this and this and this. 30 minutes into it, he goes, Dr. John Toms. It is John Toms.
Oh, there you go.
So 30 minutes into the session, he looks over at the clock and he goes, I've only known you for 30 minutes, but, I want to ask you about something. Or he said, basically goes, because we were talking about past therapy, right? He goes, did you ever, you guys ever talk about bipolar? 30 minutes. And I go, we got on the subject a few times back. As a matter of fact, I even went on a drug for a little bit because, and then came off of it because I was very upset with myself that I allowed myself to go on an anti-seizure drug just to see if it's going to work with my issues.
Did it work?
No.
Okay, well, now you know.
See?
Awesome.
Anyway.
Hey, look at you. So you dismiss Matt. Don't dismiss that. It's perfect.
Well, now that Johnny, go ahead and sit in the center couch there.
All right.
And here we're just going to go through On This Day with Sam. Sam's going to leave, and then Johnny.
And we're going to do the Disney bracket.
Oh, you're going to stay for the Disney bracket?
Yes, we're going to.
Well, then I got to find him another microphone.
Can we tell Johnny what just happened? Oh, almost meltdown central. There was no sound for a while. Right.
So Johnny's the one that set up this whole thing. So come over, so Johnny, go ahead and come on over here because you haven't seen this in a while.
Oh, you want me to come and look at the computer?
Yeah, come and look at the because you haven't seen this in a while, right? No. And I don't even know why this won't close for me now. But anyway, so I come in yesterday, and this, you see how all this right here? Because all this stuff used to be these little buttons up here,
Oh, yeah.
So I had to relearn everything this morning, so I was frustrated. And then, I sit here and I'm seeing audio. It seemed like audio was working, but it wasn't working. And I was getting very frustrated and ready to break shit.
So was this an update, or did you just accidentally move it around?
It was an update. It was one of those where you're like, oh, it's an update, no big deal. They're fixing something on the back end, where you can't see it. Oh, no, it's one of those updates where you have to go watch a tutorial again, and I didn't have time to.
Yeah.
So here it is. How you doing, buddy?
Doing awesome.
Do I get a hug from you too?
Yeah, it's great to see you.
Good to see you. Johnny comes out a lot of times on Wednesday nights to do some karaoke, but we're gonna have some fun today.
Don't tell anybody, man.
All right.
Start getting a crowd. Or,
Can we start the show over, Sam?
I like hogging the mic.
I like when you're there.
Should I snap again?
I like hogging the mic and Park and Rec.
So here we go. This is the intro that everybody missed this morning.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
Let me know.
Go. Welcome to the Wake.Show. As everybody knows, a show needs an intro. This is that intro. Fisher in the foreground, Sam in the back, Johnny Torres and Chris McCarty. That makes this a great Good Friday. Welcome to the Wake.Show. Yeah.
There was more.
I got that yeah in the song with a yeah from Jesse Cage. I believe he ends all of his improv songs with a yeah. So now, welcome to the Wake.Show. Now that the audio is going, Keith, how you doing? Welcome, Michael Bell, Nick. Nice to see you. Thank you for being a part of the show today. And let's finish up our On This Day before we get to the brackets, because that's the most important thing. Are you? I almost think it's a stupid question to ask. Are you a Disney or Pixar person? I still think Pixar.
Oh, that's a
good question.
I'm gonna have to say Pixar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Toy Story.
it was one of these things where, when Toy Story came out, it was like finally a Disney character that I love, and I'm a huge Buzz Lightyear fan. I mean, I have like a 3-foot box filled with Buzz Lightyear stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and so for me, that was that, and I finally kind of found a character that I could see myself in. You know, I got like super deep into the whole Buzz Lightyear character, Buzz Lightyear.
Okay.
Yeah, and so the storyline and his realization, his I'm trying to get all filmmaker talk here, but his trajectory in Toy Story, what that realization that he's a toy and all that stuff, came around the time when I was in high school.
You realized you were a toy?
And so, exactly. So it was the whole thing that, life wasn't what I thought it was, and then when you graduate from, you think you're this big shot in high school, and then you graduate and nobody cares. Like, it's like, your life isn't what you thought it was.
Right.
And all of a sudden you go into college and nobody knows who you are. Nobody cares who you are.
About Star Command.
That's right.
You're like, but I'm Buzz Lightyear. All right, so we're going to come back to that because we have a bracket between Disney and Pixar animated films. But I want to finish up on this day with Sam and get to her quote of the day. Ronald Reagan was shot on this day in 1981. Is this a day, as a Republican, Johnny, that, I'm surprised that you're not more, you're not off somewhere, memorializing.
Well, luckily it didn't take him out, but
that's right. But
it really
didn't die.
Yeah, I mean, it did kind of turn around, really. I think that's what made him the icon that he became, because he took the bullet and recovered really quickly, went right back to work, and everybody just kind of fell in love with him after that.
Well, all right, what else we have today? President Obama announces the auto industry shakeup in 2009. 15th Amendment adopted. All right. 15th Amendment adopted on this day in 1870. All right, so this is right after the Civil War. Does anybody know what the 15th Amendment is right off the top of their head?
Oof, I should, but no.
I'm going to guess it has something to do with slavery.
Sounds like an H.
All right, 1870, 15th Amendment. Here we go. Let's click. And what? Following its ratification by the requisite 3/4 of the states, and the 15th Amendment granted African American men the right to vote.
Oh, man.
Is formally adopted into the U.S. Constitution.
Mm-hmm. And then took probably about another 40 years before that.
But I thought that's what part of the civil rights movement was.
Well, yeah, that's why we're cracking up over here, because they were given that.
It didn't happen for like another.
But the states fought it for a long time. There were states that, and then when they couldn't do it legally, then they were doing it illegally, where they were basically preventing them from going into polling places, and it was
Okay. So 1867, the Republican-dominated Congress passed the first Reconstruction Act.
That's right.
So over President, although Andrew Johnson tried to vetoed it.
Of course you did.
Dividing the South into 5 military districts and outlining how new governments based on universal manhood suffrage was to be established. By the way, it says that African American men had the right to vote with the 15th Amendment.
That's right, because then they had the women's movement.
Okay, so in the same year, Hiram Rhodes Revels, a Republican from Mississippi, became the first African American ever to sit in Congress, although African American Republicans never obtained political office in proportion to their overwhelming electoral majority. Revels and a dozen other African American men served in Congress during Reconstruction. More than 600 served in state legislatures, and more held. I don't understand, because I thought, however, in the late 1870s, the Southern Republican Party vanished. Oh, wait, here we go. Now we're getting to it. In the late 1870s, the Southern Republican Party vanished with the end of Reconstruction, and Southern state governments effectively nullified the 14th and 15th Amendments, stripping Southern African Americans of the right to vote. Okay, now it makes sense to me. So the 15th Amendment came in, gave African American men the right to vote, and then later that year, people said no. she took it all back. So then 100 years later, almost 100 years later.
Yeah.
Damn. Did you, Chris? Did you even know that? Did you know that
We weren't allowed to vote. Yeah.
no, that you had the right to vote for 5 minutes in 1870?
It's the longest 5 minutes, man. Like, man, we were like, yeah.
All right. What else? What else?
And what's crazy is I don't think that since then, I don't think we've had so many minorities in Congress as they did back then, or in
well,
in elected office.
Well, that was shocking to see that at the time more than 600 served in state legislatures across the country.
Yeah.
But then the South rose again for a second. It's like that the villain, or a Jason or a Freddy at the end of the movie. You think they're dead, and all of a sudden the hand comes back up, and there's going to be more. There's going to be a part 2, and that is on this day for today, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, is this the last day of? No, are there 30 days or 31 days in March? It's tomorrow, April 1st. That's the question.
No,
Yes.
Sunday's April 1st.
Sunday's
Right.
April 1st. Happy Good Friday,
So
everybody.
everybody's talking about Easter, April Fool's pranks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be on the lookout.
You're really brilliant.
All right. Well, on Sunday, I'm going to be with family up in Ocala, and the Fisher boys, the Fisher brothers.
Oh, that's ripe for April Fool's.
So I won't be able to. I think every day in our
You
world
gotta
is
bring your phone and record that. And bring it, man.
every day is an April Fool's Day in the Fisher family. All right. So the most important thing on this Good Friday. Thank you for. Now I feel before we get to this. No, I know Sam, you wanted us to get to this, but we haven't had Johnny Torres in here in a while.
Oh, I can tell you immediately what I want to win, and then I can be out.
Oh, okay. So you just want to lay down
I just wanted to tell
your
you,
opinion,
yeah.
and then you can go. Okay.
Yeah.
So looking at the bracket here, let me put the bracket up for everybody.
Oh my God! I don't even want to get into that bracket where Mulan wins.
Yeah, we'll break down that
don't know.
morons.
We're going to do it.
All right. Here we go.
We're going to do this.
Oh, that's right. You both have daughters with the same name.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. So Sam, before you go today, you're looking up at the. How does this play out for you?
Let's see. I'll just tell you who I think should win.
All right. Who do you think should win this?
My
one?
favorite movie of all time is Nightmare Before Christmas, so I think that one wins
So,
for me.
A Nightmare Before
It's
Christmas.
at the bottom, but they put it against Beauty and the Beast here, which I think is unfair because most people would probably pick Beauty and the Beast, and I think that sucks because it eliminates it immediately. But
That's
I
the
wouldn't.
breaks.
I wouldn't. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, that movie's so good.
Over Lion King. Over Toy Story.
I'm not dismissing any of the other ones. They're all great
Have you
movies.
seen all the other ones, though, Sam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you gotta-
I'm not saying that the other ones aren't amazing movies because they are.
You're just saying, hey.
I just love Nightmare Before
Nightmare
Christmas.
Before Christmas.
All right.
Bunny. That's my favorite part.
Monsters Inc.'s really good.
Bunny.
Those are all really good. The Incredibles is really good.
All right. Well, Sam, thank you so much.
I love the Frozen Moana matchup because I had that debate the
Yeah.
other day.
It's an interesting
You
one.
got-
Moana.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen
Yeah.
that one yet.
Yeah,
Do you think
Moana.
Moana beats...
Wait, hold on, I can't hear you. You're off mic. All right. So, Sam,
All
thank
right.
you so much.
Do you want the quote of the day?
Please give me the quote of the day before
Okay,
you get out of here.
I got you. All right. We all have the light we need. We just need to put it in practice.
I like that one.
That
a
sounds
lot.
like something you would say.
Yeah, that sounds very Chris McCarty-esque.
Oh, look, he said it. Could you imagine?
You look at
Put a
who's the
quote
quote.
on
Oh,
here.
that was Chris McCarty. Wait, who was it? Who was it that said it?
Albert Pike.
Albert Pike. All right. Thank you so
Chris
much, Sam.
McCarty.
Once you see the light in yourself, you can see the light in everyone else, and then everything comes together.
Ah, I like that.
Right.
All right, Sam. Thank you so much.
Oh, I am? All right.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend. Have a great Easter, and we'll see you on Monday.
Yeah.
Somebody take that seat back there. There we go. Now we can get comfortable.
Mulan. It's a good movie, but
I
Chris, who do you think- who do
I
you
saw
think
Mulan.
wins?
I thought it was a good movie.
right, who do you think wins?
I just realized these.
Let's break this down.
I just realized these are my headphones. Dude, I got so much of my stuff still in this building.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So, for those of you that have joined the show in just recent weeks, Johnny Torres started the show with me, and I would say started this show. I started the show with him because he was the one that did all the stuff that you can't see and set up everything. And matter of fact, if things go wrong, I don't even know what to do. I still have to call him because I'm not sure, what the hell happened. But there we go. All right. So
It looks amazing in here, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Looks so different.
What do you think about this shot? Now, there's not enough light on you today.
Yeah.
Because I messed. Well,
Here.
I didn't have. There you go. There you go. There's a little bit more light on you there. So, what do you think about this shot here? I like it. It seems like I like.
It's different.
It is different.
Yeah,
it is different.
I like it. I think it makes you kind of pay attention because, again, there's a lot going on.
All right. So how you been? How's everything at Senator Rubio's office?
Good, man. Getting a lot of really good legislation passed. Especially after Parkland. We obviously we were kind of under the microscope for that, and I think the senator stepped up and got some things passed through Congress. And so, really, what more can you ask for? And. So,
Well, it depends. You're talking to me personally, or the people that are out there on the front lines of this. Now, what Johnny Torres is?
Look, I'll boil it down to this. Look, our government at every level is a very deliberate process. It was designed, right, to be a very deliberate process. So to get a piece of legislation passed in the time frame that it was completed in shows you, right, like what a movement can do when everybody kind of works together towards a common goal. And for them to have gotten a piece of legislation passed in a matter of, I think it was like 5 weeks or something like that, is just unbelievable.
Well, Johnny's working for Senator Rubio's office now, and you're titled Regional Director?
Yep.
And oversees 6 counties. So people here in Southwest Florida,
9 counties.
9 counties. Holy
Yeah.
smokes!
Yeah.
Here in this part of the state, if you
Gulf Coast,
the Gulf Coast, if you're calling to complain about something or this and this and this is the guy you're complaining to right now.
That's right.
And he's trying to make your life easier while he's out there. So it's good to have you back, man.
Thanks. Same here. It's I was looking forward to it when I heard we had today off. I'm like, oh, I know what I'm doing today.
All right. Before we get into the bracket that's over your head there,
Yeah.
Chris was out of town for a couple weeks, went to Hawaii, and I had 50-50 odds on you, Chris, that you would not be back.
Ooh, that's good.
But I could see that happening. I could easily see Chris getting out there and going, oh, because I hear it's magical, and I could
didn't
hear
have children, I would have stayed.
Yeah,
that's the truth. So you were right, but you didn't put that in the kids. I'm not leaving my babies.
Well, I figured you'd figure out a way to get them out there or something.
I'm working on it. Trust me. The wheels are turning.
I guess that's easier said than done.
It's amazing. No, but it is. There's something very. It's funny, man. Like you hear people prior to going that talk about it's amazing, it's special, the island's alive, and then when you get out there, you're like, oh, let me see what they're talking about, and it's just. Man, it is something special, man. And I wasn't in, the place like Maui or Honolulu where like everyone, the vacation spots. I wasn't in there. I was in like Hawaii, where the natives all kind of migrated to get away from all that. I mean,
are there still natives? Are there any more natives left in Hawaii?
Yeah, dude. They really they're really into their culture. Every Friday they have this marketplace where the small people in the town, they all show up and there's music and they're constantly spreading the history of Hawaii and trying to make sure that everyone knows exactly what man, I love it, man. It's good.
It's funny because I'll see them on television every now and again. It's been a few years. They'll be angry and in their tribal gear, and they're talking about what the Americans have done or whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of bitterness still over there.
But it makes me laugh.
Really?
Yeah, well, as
oppression makes you laugh. Okay, let's talk about that.
No, because when they sit there and talk, they're talking about the history, and this is why I think it's so important we continue to talk about the history of what's going on in America, from slavery to the Indians, and we have to keep going farther back than that. Well,
slavery.
Here's the thing.
It makes you laugh. What do you mean?
Well, it doesn't. Okay, it doesn't make me laugh. It doesn't make me laugh, but my reaction. No, it's a little laugh. Because here's the thing.
I love you.
It is a little laugh, and I'll tell you why. Because when I watch these men and women in their warrior gear in Hawaii, talking about the heritage and it's being ruined and this and this and this. Oh no. Oh, it's not laughter that's welling up. It's a nausiciousness. It's an anger. Oh. It's more of an anger now. That's why I must laugh in that moment.
I get that.
It's a nauseous. Do you know why?
It's the same reason you laugh like when people die.
because the heritage they're talking about only goes back about 1,000 years. Mm-hmm. Because the heritage they're talking about, they wiped out the Hawaiians that were there, the peaceful Hawaiians who were not warriors. That's why I laugh. That's why I get nauseous when I see
because
people
the
talk,
hypocrisy.
because people don't go far enough back.
Got you.
Because people don't fucking know. They have no clue.
So you're talking about the Samoans?
And it's not even 500 years. So for 1,000 years in Hawaii, before the current Hawaiians that bitch about what's happened to their culture, for 1,000 years, it was a peaceful island with a ruler, a king on each different, or a ruler on each different island, if I remember correctly, living in peace. We don't even know how they did it.
Right.
But then what happened? The ancestors of those today who want their warrior culture back came up from what would be the south,
island?
Tahiti, right? Is that right? Tahiti.
I don't know.
In that part of the world, and those people believed that when you killed somebody else, you got their power.
Right.
All right.
That's true.
So they slaughtered the people that were there, and they transplanted them, and then fast forward a few hundred years, and they're complaining about the people who are transplanting them. Right. That's why I want to keep having this discussion about the history of slavery and what the Europeans did to the Indians, because then you'd have to go back farther and farther and farther. In the end, it's not about, oh, you owe me this, or it'll be like, oh shit, we humans are pretty crazy.
Yes.
And we'll wipe out shit in a heartbeat. It doesn't matter what color you are, where you're from, and we'll change culture in a heartbeat. And so when we understand that, we can all just hug, get along, and then move on.
Well, let me ask you a question. The one thing that I noticed when I was talking to some of the people there about the culture, and they were also speaking of, American culture. Like, what's our culture? If you really break it down, what do you think our culture would be?
I think, what's funny is I actually think about this a lot.
Right.
But I think our culture is black culture.
Black culture.
Because if you think about it, what did we really adopt culturally from the European immigrants?
I was gonna say, I was gonna say
Puritanism.
That our culture is greed,
Religious, right?
A lot of religious stuff.
Right, a lot of religious stuff. But so that again,
and then trying to purify the race, I think is one of those.
But culturally, though, like as a culture, when you talk about what makes America America, right? You talk about baseball. So baseball actually came from India. It was an offshoot of cricket. You talk about football, which, that maybe, I don't know, with rugby or whatever. But then you talk musically, and really almost everything we've adopted musically came from African culture and from black culture.
Yeah, I was going to go to the spot of America used to be Native Americans and Mexicans, and then it was taken over basically.
Right.
So think San Jose, San Juan. Like, let's be honest, it's not. That's not Native American. That's something else. And I feel like once we come in there and then we're taking over, I feel the culture is about greed. It's about me. It's about what we can get, and that's what I mean. If you look at it, like everyone's trying to get something here, and I'm better than you. And
but not everybody, Chris.
But that's always been But that's always been the culture, and I agree because.
Right.
And look, even as a capitalist, right?
Right.
The truth is that from the founding, or even predating the founding of us being an official country, when European immigrants came, what did they do? First thing they went is to claim land. Claim land, take oil.
Right. I will argue that's not American. That's human. That's human. The greed is human.
We're just talking about, but here in the United States, that's what the culture.
That's
is,
the European. That was from the European culture. The Native Americans weren't doing that.
Here. They weren't doing that. Native Americans were not about that. They were like, here, share. We'll share the land. So we can't say it's human culture.
Well, there's some warring MFers too. They were, it wasn't just, hey, share the land, share the land.
I mean, I'm just saying, we all know this, we know the story that we've been fed.
What's tribal protectionism? I mean, is what they were doing. I mean, and can you blame them? I mean,
right? You're gonna come in here and try to, you're gonna kill me. I might have to fight back, right?
I'm not even talking about the Europeans. I'm talking about before the Europeans. It wasn't like the Hawaii that I was talking about, where all the Native Americans predating the Europeans were living in harmony.
Right. It all stems from power, man. It all stems.
Well, that's
from
in our human nature.
Control.
Yeah, war is in our human nature. Mm-hmm. I mean, again, I'm sure tribes, the Native American tribes were probably fighting constantly.
I'm sure there were different activities. We're trying to get this wife, so we got these 4 tribes.
Right.
We're going to put the strongest guy, and it's a competition, and then we get the. I mean, dude, it's been competition what we do.
And then I would like to argue that that's not human. That's the primate in us, because we can study our chimpanzee cousins and our gorilla cousins, and we can watch them team up and start go to war. So this is
Yes,
something that's been a
dude.
part of us for a very long time.
It's very true.
All right.
Back to Disney.
Back to Disney.
I love it.
By the way,
Let's do
Elliot's,
another battle. Now
Speaking
with
of
Disney versus
revisionist
Pixar.
history,
Here we go.
speaking of revisionist history, let's start with Pocahontas.
So first, before we get going, Elliot would like to know. If do Johnny's comments on this bracket reflect the senator's personal feelings about
good
Disney
question.
Pixar?
Yeah. Is he gonna get my vote next time? Let's talk about it.
You know what's sad is that I actually get this in a very real context now, almost on a weekly basis. Like anything I say online, I'll inevitably have somebody ask me, "Oh, is this an official comment from the?" It's like
Reaching. People
Yeah.
just reach, man.
You knew that.
But-
You knew that going in,
But he has-
intellectually.
oh,
but
yeah.
It's,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it sounds like it's a lot different once you're in.
And I was such an early adopter of social media. I mean, I've been on Facebook and Twitter since 2007, 2008, and so at this point, it's too late for me to like even lock down my accounts and stuff like that because there's so much already out there. And so I just have to be more careful. But given that the senator has 4 children, I will not be representing his or his family's views on
On the bracket.
the Disney bracket. No.
All right, how are we going to do this? We're just going to go straight down the line and you say, you go, who, what we all, unanimous? We think it's 3 of us, so we can say.
Well, I guess it's going to have. Yeah, I guess it'll
not what
be
they think, what we think.
Right. So
we
we're
all are in agreement.
since there's
That
3 of
Milan,
us. Yeah, since there's 3 of us, then we'll have to. I'm sure there'll be a tiebreaker. So
Yeah,
here we go.
that'll work.
Let's start at the top here. This is the Disney Pixar bracket.
Yep.
And Lion King versus Tarzan.
No brainer, Lion King.
Yep.
No brainer. It is a Lion King.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Tarzan?
Yep.
It was real. Oh, you said it. You didn't like it?
No.
I liked it. I mean, well, he's just angry because they copied his dreads for
you.
Tarzan,
I like that.
so.
Yeah.
But,
can't get someone looks like me. I'm Tarzan. Bro. Come on.
You are Tarzan.
All right.
But you got to admit, the soundtrack was amazing.
Sick, dude.
Like
Absolutely.
Collins killed it on that
Sick.
soundtrack.
I don't know. My problem is I'm lying.
Soundtrack would be a whole nother bracket completely
That would be a great.
because in that bracket, Tarzan beats Lion King in soundtrack.
You'll be in my heart.
Beats Elton John.
Do you not remember the Lion King?
I don't know.
Can you feel the love to? Oh man, come on!
All right,
You're
so it'd be close. It'd be
All
close.
right, but
All right.
it's not soundtracks today. So okay, Lion King moves to the
Lion
next.
King, absolutely.
Lion King.
It moves on. All right, so what is this? The Princess and the Frog
Yep.
That was-
and versus Lilo and Stitch.
Princess and the Frog.
Really?
Look at that.
All right, well, you guys win that one because I didn't see it. I was going to go with Lilo and
Come
Stitch.
on.
That was a good
That's
one.
the first black princess.
Yeah,
Come on
it was
now.
good, man.
Plus, it was set in New Orleans.
It was great.
Oh, that was good.
That was a
Yeah.
good story, man. It was a good story.
All right.
The semi-racist kind of seeming frog.
Hey, semi-racist,
Yeah.
racist.
Well, if the movie had been done like 40 years ago or 50 years ago, it would have been a white guy doing the voice, like in Song of the South.
Wrong.
You know?
He's not even wrong, brother.
Yeah. But no, it was Princess and the Frog, no doubt.
Moves on to the next round.
Yeah.
So what's up? I don't even know if I can read.
Or Big Hero.
Can you even? Oh no, that's that.
Yeah,
Tangled. Is that right?
Yeah, Tangled,
The red-
Rapunzel.
oh,
It's the Rapunzel
okay.
story.
So Tangled, and the other one is something Big Hero.
Big Hero 6. I'll have to go Tangled.
I'm gonna go Tangled.
All right, Tangled moves on. Frozen versus
Ooh, this is such a good one.
We gave this
Moana?
one
We're
away.
going Moana.
Yeah, we gave this one
Absolutely.
away. Moana.
over Frozen.
I'm actually fascinated how much we are agreeing on these.
This is great.
You guys also named your children the same
Yeah,
name.
see?
Your
That's
little girl.
crazy.
Makes sense. That is crazy.
And they're what? Was it 6 months or a year
I
apart?
think it's 6 months apart.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, so I can't outvote you guys because you both picked. Was it Moana?
Moana.
And I didn't see it, but Frozen. I mean,
Frozen got all the hype, but Moana's
Moana's
just
a way better movie,
Okay.
man.
Yeah.
There's the culture aspect, and it's just there wasn't a love story behind Moana, which is great. They showed like women being. I just liked how they depicted the female.
that was
Yeah.
Frozen too.
Yeah.
That was Frozen.
No, but
Frozen
there
was not
a
saved
love,
by
there
her
was a
boyfriend.
love thing. Oh, I love you. I just met you, and you're the great.
It was kind of your typical princess
Typical thing,
story.
dude.
But I can't believe we're having this argument. as grown ass men.
I like Frozen. I like Moana.
No, I mean, I don't mean that we're not. It's that we're breaking this thing out because Frozen. One of the things that stood out to me was how she was not saved by the prince at the end. There was that, and they were setting up for that, but in the end. If I remember correctly, it had something to do with loving yourself, and then it was her sister.
Right.
It was the sisters coming back together, and that was the love, all the love you needed.
But there's a love interest in the very. Oh, I just met you. We're gonna get married, and all that same blah blah blah.
Right.
Any of that. And we've
was-
seen that in so many movies.
Yeah.
but you don't see that. In
Absolutely. Plus, I truly believe that a movie like Frozen is strategically written and produced to support the theme park side, hence the Norway conversion from a Norway attraction to a Frozen attraction.
That's
Okay.
real.
Whereas you're not going to see a Moana
area. There's you're not. It's not happening.
Now I don't want to go off on a tangent, but I was severely disappointed that they politicized the Moana Halloween costumes.
I didn't hear about this.
So they came out with the Maui costumes,
Right.
and people lost their minds because they were like, "Oh, that's cultural appropriation," and
We're just we just pick and choose what we want to be bothered with today because we're all so sensitive about nothing.
Not only that, how awesome is it that little kids want to embrace this culture that they're not connected to?
That's great.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
It's a beautiful
All right.
thing.
Okay, so
And then we have. I'm having to stop. Go ahead.
so Moana moves on and beats Frozen. But if we're talking, and one of the things that made Frozen
The white guy would
Frozen,
pick Frozen.
The white guy did pick Frozen.
we got a nice. Speaking of culture, we got a nice mix in here. You got whatever I am. You're Colombian.
Yeah.
And then we've got whatever Chris is.
Hey man, I'm clear, brother. Yeah.
One drop makes you whole. All right. So next up,
Aladdin and Hercules.
Yeah, it's another. Yeah.
Aladdin all day moves on.
Absolutely.
Next up, what is that? Little Mermaid?
and Pocahontas. Ooh, that's a good one.
Little Mermaid and Pocahontas. Well, I'm going with Little Mermaid, not because she was white either. She wasn't. She was a fish.
She was a fish. Yeah, we'll give you that one. I'll say Little Mermaid.
I'm gonna go Little Mermaid because Under the Sea, everyone knows.
Yeah.
Man, come on, that was
Another phenomenal soundtrack.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think they probably hit. I think the what was the
Ariel?
title song that didn't it do big on the radio?
What was it?
No, there was another song that. Yeah.
I should not
I don't
say.
know. Yeah. Oh, you got to kiss the girl.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Damn,
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So that's moving
We
on.
became the coolest dudes ever right now singing soundtracks. I wish my daughter was here.
Well, I was telling Chris, I go for one of these karaoke nights. We should do a Disney
That's a
themed
great idea.
karaoke.
Everyone would know that.
So you have to pick a Disney song.
Have to.
Yeah.
Have to pick a Disney song.
Yeah, yeah.
Chris, that's a good look. You should run with that. You should run with that.
That'd be fun. All right. So
Mulan and
next up,
Zootopia. That's
Mulan versus Zootopia. Mulan versus Zootopia.
Mulan. I mean,
Mulan
the
was good.
message,
Message is
you know,
deep.
the
The culture, the
story,
whole
the
thing, the
culture,
story, the
yeah.
girl being
Zootopia
one.
was a fun kind of
movie.
movie,
yeah,
you know,
but
it-
not.
It was interesting, yeah, because I liked the theme behind that too, which was
Bunny Rabbit, you're trying to put down someone here, and then just it doesn't
Right.
matter your
It's-
size, you can do
yeah.
what you want. And
Fish
believe in
out of
yourself.
water, you know,
I like,
overcoming
and that's all of us, man. We are that. But I think Mulan, exactly what you're saying, man. Again,
Plus, I
women
believe-
power and all that. It's good look, man.
I believe that's an actual Chinese like folklore. You know, that's
Then you got to go with that.
I
right.
think
Gotta go
so.
with
I
that.
think so.
I like that.
Yeah.
Mulan moves on, which now at the bottom of this, Beauty and the Beast versus Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Who,
Beauty and the
who
Beast.
wants this first? Oh, that's an easy one for you because
Yeah.
Sam, she has Nightmare because that is a genius. Was that claymation?
No, it was. Maybe
that-
it was
no, it wasn't
Tim
claymation. It was-
Burton.
Yeah, but
But it was almost.
name me
claymation.
one memorable part of Nightmare Before
The
Christmas.
only memorable part was when the guy goes bunny. It was a big dude, didn't say anything the
Yeah.
whole time, and then he sees a bunny rabbit and just goes bunny. That's the funny part. I can't remember anything else in that movie.
when he used his hands to cut the shrubbery.
That's Johnny. That was Edward Scissorhands, man.
Oh,
Plus, who sang? Wasn't it Luther that sang? Wasn't it Luther that sang the radio version of Beauty and the Beast with either Celine
No,
or
Peeble
Vanessa
Bryson.
Peeble
Okay.
Bryson?
right?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Peeble
you're
Bryson.
right.
but
Yeah, yeah.
Beauty and the Beast, man, you got.
But was it Vanessa Williams, right? Or
Vanessa Williams did.
That was Pocahontas.
Oh, or Celine?
Okay.
No,
Celine Dion. It's one of those. awesome
Or
women.
Celine Dion.
No, but we got to go Beauty and the Beast.
A
They made a
whole
movie.
new
They did a movie on it. Like I look in terms like that. Like when they're saying, "Oh, Mulan over Lion King." Listen, they kept Lion King off of DVDs. They made a second. They made they made another. There's a Lion Guard. How can you say that Mulan and made one movie and nothing after it would beat?
Oh, yeah, that's ridiculous.
So that's my take on that. So we're going
All right,
Beauty
so
and the Beast.
Beauty
All
and the
right.
Beast moves forward into the next. All right, so back up we go then. Oh wait, no, there's a whole other side of this bracket.
That's right.
Oh yeah, the Pixar side.
Okay, so now we run down the Pixar side of things, and then ultimately
Yeah.
they'll come together, and we'll see if we choose
You know
a Disney
what's
movie or a
actually
Pixar
good?
movie.
Let's do this, Johnny. You are a big Pixar dude.
Oh yeah.
Let me see your picks. That's good. Because I
You want me to
you
just
know,
run down the list?
Yeah, I want to run down the list. See what you think.
All right.
All right, so
Well, in all fairness, I haven't seen Brave, but I think I would.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that was so
well,
good.
what is that one on
Oh,
top? Up.
Oh man.
Yeah, but
gotta
I'm thinking it'd be really hard to beat Up.
You got to go up. They
Yeah.
make you cry in the first scene.
Oh,
You're like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, got to
Yeah.
go up.
I
You
was
got to
not-
go up.
I was.
All of us were like, what the dude? You just started the movie.
I think it was 11 minutes in. I think it was 11 minutes in.
She wasn't ready.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Now we got to sit the rest of this movie. Oh, up. I like it.
Yeah.
Maribel says that Beauty and
Plus,
the Beast
everybody
won an
wants a
Oscar.
talking dog.
Yeah. All right. So Up moves on.
Brave won an Oscar. Is that what you said?
Brave was amazing.
Up
Beauty
won
and the
an-
Beast won an Oscar.
Oh yeah.
Well, Brave was-
I think it won a bunch of stuff.
This is not fair. You go Toy Story 1 and 2 in the same movie. That's not right. That's not right.
To me, the first one moves on, but as we
Yeah.
get, if the original Toy Story is up against Toy Story 3 in one of these rounds, I may have to go with Toy Story 3. I don't know if you guys saw that or not.
Really?
That movie was the ending. You're
That
like,
was-
the ending. How are they going to get out of this? They're about to die. I remember multiple times being like, "Wow, what's gonna
adult.
happen?" And then I'm like, God, it was scary.
Not only
it
that,
was good, dude.
then they make you cry for Jesse.
Oh,
Jesse's
man,
story was
that was
brutal.
like poor girl. like,
Brutal.
oh.
Because
They really got you, dude.
you've gone mentally, right, after watching the original Toy Story, you went through that, oh my God, what did I do to all my toys, right? And then they basically show you exactly
what happens to the door, and you're like, no,
Yeah.
no.
You feel like
Yes.
the worst human being on earth. You feel. All right. You know what?
Please don't tell me you didn't see Coco. You had to have seen Coco.
Don't. Yeah. No.
Who do they have this up against, though, in
But
this-
I've heard it's amazing.
Coco is
So,
phenomenal.
Even though I haven't seen it, I've seen enough
Go with
to
it.
know that it's gonna.
Go with
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Go with it.
But Toy Story 1 or Toy Story 2? Damn,
That's so rough.
I'm still torn on that.
That's hard.
All right, I'm picking one.
because
I'm gonna have to go with one because that's what got me.
Started
Again,
the
that's
whole thing.
Yeah,
I like that. Let's go one.
that launched Pixar. That really put Pixar on the
That
map.
really did. And I mean, and it gave Tom Hanks and Tim Allen, and it was
Yeah.
just like that duo was just phenomenal, man. Like,
You know, and while Back to the Future is like one of my favorite movies of all time, to me, Toy Story in a weird way was kind of my coming of age film.
Oh,
right, because it really made me kind of reflect on my life, and then from becoming a teenager and to becoming
right,
an
making
adult.
sure you don't become Sid.
Yeah,
Like, hey, we all knew who Sid. Oh, that Sid kid from class. And that's versus Cars. Cars is great. Coco destroys that.
Toy Story's 23 years old, by the way.
Really? Oh my God, we're getting old.
Yeah.
All right, so I can't tell what
All right,
Coco's up
Coco,
against.
Coco's up
Cars.
against Cars 2.
Oh, Cars 2. Okay.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah. That movie. In
Not
fact,
good.
a lot of people hated
Not
that movie.
good. Cars
Yeah.
2 is not good.
All right, so
Um,
Coco moves on, and that's one that I want to see. That's one from last year
Oh,
that
it's so
everybody
good,
watched,
guys.
right?
It's so good, guys.
Yeah.
It's what's so great about it because this is like a cult. Is it
Okay,
because
so-
it's Mexican based or?
Oh, okay, so we were talking about culture. We were talking about Mulan. Okay, so here they're talking about the family and the past and the dead and their ancestors. So the story is a woman, she falls in love with mariachi, has a kid, mariachi leaves, never comes back. Woman's like, forget, music is no longer allowed in this family. I got to make it work. She starts making shoes. Generation after generation, they're all learning how to make shoes. And then, so now there's this great grandson that wants to play music, but it's not allowed. But he's really, really good. And so he's like, man, he's got this secret, blah, blah, blah. And so his idol, Ernesto del Cruz, was the greatest singer in all of Mexico. And I want to be just like him. And the kid starts to think, I think I might actually be connected to that dude. So he finally comes out to the family, I want to play music. They go, no. Grandma breaks his guitar. Kid's like, I'm out. Takes off. finds a magical guitar, which is Ernesto Cruz. Like, you know,
All right, leave it there. I don't want to know.
And then the movie starts, and guys, it is woo.
Okay, all right. Coco's on the top of my.
See the passion I gave.
We should do
it's so
McCarty does movies,
Hey.
and then he just recaps every movie.
good. I like it. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. So,
Toy Story 3. That's not even.
Yeah, we just know that.
Yeah.
so Toy Story 3 versus The Good Dinosaur.
I don't think anybody even saw the Good
I
Dinosaur.
saw the Good Dinosaur.
You did?
Yeah, Toy Story 3.
All right, Toy Story. Ratatouille versus Bugs Life.
Bugs Life.
Bugs Life moves on. Nemo versus. I didn't. Which one was Inside Out?
Damn. Damn.
Which one was Inside Out?
That's the one of the. It's anger and joy and
Ooh, that was an interesting.
That was a great.
an amazing cast too.
And yeah, the way they tried to, the way that they depicted like what's going on in your personifying what's going on in your brain, I thought was genius.
Never thought of a movie like that. Like it's almost not like John Malkovich, but you know, it was a little different. But Nemo, guys, Dory just keeps swimming. Fish are friends.
Yeah.
Escape. You know, like don't go over the fish thing. Like me, I me. Remember that? Like, oh my goodness.
All right, so
I'll say Nemo was a phenomenal movie, right?
Yes.
But Inside Out more emotional.
Just
hits the heartstrings.
Man, and gets people
Gets
on
in your brain, in your head.
Gets
Yeah.
in your head, and you start thinking differently when you're acting and living your life. And you're like, man, that will change you.
Yeah, it does. It starts making you think differently.
Brother.
Now I'm gonna go with Inside Out.
Woo!
Yeah, I know that's
a hard
that's
one.
bold, but
It's
all right.
That's your 11 seed beating the 6 seed right there in the tournament.
I'm still picking Nemo. So Chris, you pick Nemo, right? Or you pick Inside Out? Ooh, if you decided,
tiebreaker.
You're the tiebreaker on this one.
Sadly, I got to go Nemo only because Valentina is like Nemo. Her little nightlight is Nemo.
Oh
Okay.
man! As a parent, that movie's brutal.
Yeah.
That movie's brutal.
Man.
Yeah.
Nemo.
Right?
Yeah.
No, but he's the Pixar. Let's go. Inside Out. He's right about that, dude. He's right though. He's right.
Wait, are you choosing for Johnny Torres or for your daughter?
My daughter. Sorry, Johnny. Yeah, you see that? My daughter. Yeah, Nina. Pudding Pop don't stop. She would be so mad.
So your final answer, Chris?
Nemo.
Yeah, she would be
Nemo.
mad.
She
Nemo's
gets that,
moving to
man.
the next
Remember
round.
the turtle? Dude. Yeah. Dude. You gotta go Nemo.
Next up, we have Monsters Inc. versus Cars. I never saw Cars.
No,
Monster
these
Inc. was a
last
good
four
one.
movies, I tell you, are brutal. No, I got to go Monsters Inc.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Monsters
Mike
Inc.
Wazowski.
Yeah. Again, it's one of these things like Toy Story where it made you reflect on your childhood and the things, you know, that you kind of feared and overcoming fears.
Dude,
and,
absolutely. I thought
you know.
monsters in the closet under the bed. Like,
Yeah.
we all, like, he used to jump on my bed and, like, run and jump because I was afraid a monster
Yeah.
would come grab me. Like, yeah, man.
Right.
I still to this day cannot sleep if my hand falls off the side of the bed.
Yeah. Bro, someone's going to grab you. Dude.
No way.
That's awesome.
I've even tried to, 'cause you know how I know
Oh my
Chris knows more about my crazy than maybe anybody. But you know, in my mind, it's called inimagination, blah 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 blah, cognitive exercises or therapy, and this and that. So you put yourself in a place, you breathe that is normally gives you high anxiety, you breathe through it, da 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 da. So anyway, I even tried that exercise at home during the day. Just lay down, or no, it wasn't that. It was at night. It was it was dark, and let my hand fall by the side, and you feel that anxiety build, and I could not leave my hand down there for more than 10 seconds. 10 seconds, and I was like, nah, screw this. It's not working. I don't know what it is. It's not working.
Oh, my God.
All right. The Incredibles versus Wall-E. Both great flicks.
Damn.
Ooh-wee. Gotta go Incredibles.
Really?
Just because of the family aspect. That was an incredible movie, man. Like, think about it. Part 2 is how many years away, and we're like, man, absolutely.
I am looking forward to part 2.
Very looking
Part 2 is going to be pretty amazing.
Wall-E, there was a human. I get it. Like, it was just the fat people.
I do remember watching
but it's
Wall-E. Real though.
But
It
it's
was
a
like,
societal
it could be- yes,
statement,
it could
right?
be
It's
like,
about the
yeah,
environment,
it's
about
exactly,
us,
we're
you know,
lazy,
gluttonous,
gluttony.
you know,
I mean,
it's,
that was-
yeah.
But,
And
that's
the environment.
what
And not only that, I'm always fascinated when any movie is able to get you to feel emotional over an inanimate object, right?
Like
or
Wall-E?
like a robot, right?
That's
Like
it,
Short
yeah.
Circuit.
Short Circuit.
Wall-E.
Yeah. Johnny number 5.
Johnny 5,
Johnny
alive.
Johnny 5.
Wally. I will
Side tangent on Short Circuit. The Indian guy, not actually Indian. He's a white guy.
Stop.
I swear.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Why couldn't you get an Indian, huh? Short
Seriously.
circuit?
I mean,
Sorry, let me stop.
Was there a shortage of 1 billion like Indians?
well, it's either get a random guy
Johnny
or
number five.
Matthew McConaughey to play an Indian.
Johnny number 5?
I will say though,
That's all. That's
there's something
only
intrinsically
slightly
wrong by that.
That's only slightly worse than Emma Stone playing a Hawaiian.
What was it? Did you guys see Tropic Thunder? Boom. You know
Oh,
what I'm talking
my
about?
that is genius. That is
The fact
genius.
that they got away with that just blows my mind.
It was so good.
It's so well done.
there are two reasons. There are two reasons that because Sam saw it. She's a millennial, you know. She's like, oh, you couldn't get away with that now. You couldn't get away with that then either.
No,
that was 2008.
No.
That wasn't like 1958.
no,
But
I'm shocked they got away with it.
I think
Awesome.
the only way that they got
Awesome.
there was two reasons they got away with that. First of
Downey
all,
is the man.
Robert Downey Jr. You
Yeah.
had to have the right actor be able to pull that off because otherwise that can go south quick. And then I don't remember who directed it. Oh, it was Stiller. Did Stiller direct it?
think so. I think
or he
Ben
just
Stiller.
write it, or whoever the director was. That person's a genius too, because again, that's very touchy stuff. But somehow they were able to pull it off.
It was right because they had an actual black dude in that one moment where he was like,
slapped him?
What do you mean, you people? He goes, what do you mean, you people?
No, our people, our people. What do you mean, our people?
Yeah.
Now I want to watch that
man,
again.
that was
Now I want to watch that again.
Go get some ham hock.
We lost, man. We lost. We super lost. Tell him, McCluskey. Tell him what time it is.
Jack Black in that
Oh,
movie,
man.
tied up to the tree. Just let me down. Just let me down.
Oh man, that was too good.
I'm still torn here. Incredibles
Okay,
or
so
Wall-E?
let me throw in a little opinion here. The
Yeah.
Incredibles, because I don't remember specifics. I just remember from the Incredibles. I just remember being surprised and how good it was at the
Yes.
end. That was a good, solid movie, not just a kids movie.
Great action movie.
But Wall-E, I remember at the end feeling like they missed the mark. Like they were so close, but it didn't quite land for me. Whatever it was they were trying to do.
Wall-E, to me, I feel like if you're having a sequel, that says that's
Pull up on the mic.
Yeah, you're holding it. You have a sequel. I feel like that just trumps. Like, man, it's just a better movie because people want to see more. I didn't want to see more after a while. I got it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's kind of like the
Okay.
same kind of
All
Lion
right,
King.
I'll give in. I'll
Dang,
go.
right.
I'll go Incredibles.
All right,
All right.
Incredibles it is.
back
Plus,
on Disney.
I own Incredibles. I do not own Wall-E.
Ah, let's go. See? All right.
All right, so now let's get back over to the Disney side of things. In the next round, we have Lion King versus Princess and the Frog.
See your mama, see the mama.
Yeah, Lion King takes it.
Chris,
Oh, you already
Lion
know.
King it is. Lion King
Yeah.
moves on. Then it was Tangled versus Moana.
Moana.
Moana moves
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. All that.
Next,
Also, side note to Moana. Another side note: Lin-Manuel Miranda apparently was hired and wrote the songs to Moana before Hamilton became a thing.
huh?
Dude,
That's
and
what I
it's true.
heard.
And it's true because I remember. Okay, I don't remember that. I went to Omaha for Christmas, and that was when I first heard about Hamilton. My parents were like, Hamilton, Hamilton, Hamilton.
Right.
And that's when I learned, and I heard Hamilton, but we were going to see Moana. So that's when I learned that dude, he can write, bro.
Yeah,
That dude,
he's not that great a singer,
but he can write.
but yeah, no, his songwriting. He wrote the title song that Moana sings, which again, for a writer to step outside of himself and write this song about coming of age,
Yeah.
and you know, because people ask him, they're like, well, how did you write a song for a teenage girl, you know? And but you know, the guy's brilliant.
Amazing.
He's brilliant.
Amazing. Yes.
A whole new world.
Don't
Sorry,
you dare
sorry.
close your eyes.
That was the Vanessa Williams song.
Was it?
Yeah, Vanessa Williams and
No, I don't think it was Vanessa Williams. No, that wasn't because that was two people that we didn't really know who they were.
Hold on, let me ask Siri.
maybe that's the one with Luther.
That wasn't Luther.
Siri, who did A Whole New World?
I don't really know.
How do you not know that? It's a
Useless.
base.
Siri.
Siri, yeah, you're out.
Here, I'm gonna
You're-
look it up.
I'm going. I'm switching to Alexa.
We
Siri,
can move
you're-
on. I'm gonna look it up.
All right, so Moana moves on. So this now brings us to Aladdin versus. Did we pick Mermaid or Pocahontas? We picked Mermaid, right?
Yeah,
Aladdin versus Little Mermaid.
Robin
Aladdin
Williams.
versus- yeah,
I'm going Robin Williams.
Robin
on that.
Williams takes it.
and again, soundtrack slightly better.
One hunk ahead of the jump man, one seat ahead of the sword. I still own what I can't afford.
Yeah, I did
That's
that one in
everything.
chorus.
Yeah, dude, that's
Yeah.
I don't know. The first thing that popped in my head was the scene. It's not. I don't even know if it's that memorable, but it's a scene where Aladdin's getting ready to take off, and he turns around. I think he's on his carpet, and he just leans down. And he goes,
Do you trust me?
Do you trust me, or something like that? I don't know why that just is what popped in my head there. All right, so Aladdin versus Mermaid. We say Aladdin moves on, which then brings us down to Mulan versus Beauty and the Beast.
See, going back with the theory that we were talking about before with a sequel, you'd go with Beauty and the Beast because they made an actual movie on it.
That one was Peebo Bryson and Regina Bell.
Regina
Was
Bell.
Aladdin.
Okay, Regina Bell.
Peebo.
Yeah.
So what do you guys go? You gonna go Mulan or you gonna go Beauty and the Beast?
I watched Mulan. Nothing stands out. Like nothing stands out.
Other than
to
Eddie
me.
Murphy.
Oh, he was that.
Right.
Oh,
he was a
now I
dragon.
remember.
Yeah.
He was a dragon.
I mean,
That was really good.
That
was a really good movie.
but he kind of carried that movie.
Yeah, he did
Comedically,
carry
he
it.
carried that
did
movie.
carry it. And Beauty and the Beast, man, like, come on, man, we all.
By the way, what was the one that Jack Black did as the Kung Fu Panda? Was that not Disney
Wait a
or
minute,
Pixar?
how was that?
No. It was,
Because to me that was genius.
Oh, that was
it's DreamWorks.
DreamWorks.
Oh,
And that
okay,
was
okay.
phenomenal. I love.
It's a good movie.
I love those.
I don't know if it's my Disney bias, but I mean, that one didn't really do anything for me.
Really, Kung Fu Panda.
I thought it was great.
That's one of my favorites, man.
Maybe because I
Part
feel
3 was phenomenal too.
I feel like
You feel that big fat panda?
yeah, I think where in real life I'm just back in the kitchen somewhere sweeping, but in my head I know
You
that I'm
have the Kung
special.
Fu warrior.
I know I'm special.
I love that. That's great, man. That's really good.
All right, so
Pixar.
so we taking Beauty and the Beast then?
We got to.
All right, Beauty and the Beast moves on.
Yeah.
Back. I'm not writing this stuff. I'm going by memory. So good.
Right.
We're about,
All right,
we're about to
figure it
lose
out.
me.
Oh, Up versus Toy Story. Woo!
Toy Story.
Started the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Toy Story moves on. So then Coco versus
Toy Story 3. I'm
Toy
going
Story
Coco,
3.
dude.
Okay. What about you?
I think that's a safe bet, even though, again, I haven't seen Coco. I'll
Coco
say
got
Coco's probably...
Coco got a 97% on the tomatoes and a 9.5 or something. Just, guys, it's so good.
All right. Coco moves on then, which brings us down to
Bug's Life versus Finding Nemo.
Nemo. Bugs Life versus Nemo. I'm going
Beauty and the
Life was
Beast,
great.
by the way, Celine Dion
Celine Dion.
and Peebo Bryson. So he had two
yeah,
huge...
look at him.
Yeah. But think about it. He was
His
kind of
mailbox is great every month.
But he's like one of those singers that you forget about, like how amazing he was, because you don't,
because he didn't stay in the tabloids
until
he
you
didn't,
go back and kind of look and be like, oh damn.
But you know what? That dude, I mean, let's be honest. Like, you get 2 hits like that, and you're getting royalties, checks.
Oh, he's set.
I mean, that's why you don't hear about him. He's like,
Yeah,
I'm good.
yeah.
Dude. That's a huge. He hit 2 home runs. 2.
All right, sorry. So Coco on that one, right?
No.
So
We
we said
we're
Bugs
down.
Life. And we said Bugs Life versus Nemo.
Yeah, that's where we are now.
And we're at I go Nemo.
Oh wait, we're already down Bugs Life versus Nemo. Yeah, Nemo.
Nemo.
Yeah.
Bugs Life was great, but yeah.
Which then brings us to Monsters versus The Incredibles. Monsters versus The Incredibles.
Is that you, Chris?
Oh, that's me. No, it's me.
okay.
I got 3 phones on me, by the way.
Nice. He's got his side. Wait. you're
Really,
married?
really nice, Chris. Would your personality want to be in a place in life where you had 3 cell phones?
No, I've had 2, and then I had to let that go.
All right.
Yeah.
Because that was when you're in your player days.
And
let's
right,
not
exactly.
By the way-
say-
And hundreds of side chicks were devastated.
That's what you use the 3 phones. You got the West Coast girls and the East Coast girls.
Backup phone. Who dis?
All right, now this is going to start getting confusing for me. We're back over onto the Disney side of
Lion
things.
King versus Moana. Ooh.
Damn.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks for being able to keep up with this.
You know where
Lion
I'm
King
going.
versus Moana.
You know where I'm going.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna go first because I have a feeling you guys are going to
I like
argue
that.
this
You
out.
go first, and John, I'll be tiebreaker if we need it.
Because I did not see Moana, I'm going with Lion King.
Yeah. Lion King.
You know I'm going LK all day.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that's unanimous.
Not only that-
we're abbreviating now.
we're all guys, right? And
Right.
for a boy to lose his dad, like in the opening of the movie, mind you,
I still can't watch that
Let's-
scene.
let's-
Skip. I cannot do it.
another
Nope.
another great topic. How Disney loves killing off parents, right? But but yeah, right in the opening,
Bambi.
opening scene. Kill.
Like he just does the thing where you're like,
And
the dad
Mufasa was such a
moment.
badass.
He saves his son,
Right.
and then he scolds him, and then they play, and he says, "Son, if I die, I'm always gonna be with you. We'll be together, yeah, man, forever, just me and you." And then the very next scene, he dies.
As you're speaking, as you're saying that, Chris, I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah. How do you kill off James Earl Jones? Look into the stars, my son.
Well done.
Everything
Yes.
the light touches is yours.
What about that shadowy place? We must never go there. But I thought a king can do whatever he wants. Simba, there's more to a king than getting what he wants. There's more? Yes, Simba. Don't start with me, guys. I'm telling you.
All right. So Lion King then gets to our final four.
Yep.
Now we have to choose between
Aladdin and
Beauty
and the Beast.
Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast.
Dang,
I know where I'm going.
I'm going Aladdin.
Really?
Dude, you're Genie. Come on, man. Like, no one did that character. There's been no character ever done like Robin Williams did. Name one that was more like out there, more like wow.
More perfect.
And more. Name one. Name a character in Beauty and the Beast that stood out more than freaking Genie, bro. Come on.
The candlestick.
Right. Angela Lansbury, the teacup.
Angela Lansbury.
Come on, man.
Off you go,
See,
Chip.
the thing is, Beauty and the Beast is just not my favorite story of all time because it is basically a story about how.
Is it the Hunchback of Notre Dame?
No.
Kind of taken from. No, they actually had that. I'll take that.
Yeah,
back.
that was
Wait, what was that movie?
the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
What was it? Disney?
No, it's not on here.
Oh, okay.
So
it doesn't.
They knew.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't
You didn't
deserve
even make
to be
the
on this
cut.
list.
So let me ruin Beauty and the Beast for you. So Beauty and the Beast is about these rich fucks who think they're better than everybody else. It's about the upper 1.1001%.
Oh my God.
And so then an old lady needs some help, and they're like, "F you, old lady, you old scab."
Right.
And then she puts a curse on him, and then all of a sudden, because he was once a prince, you still have to go after him because he's still rich, even though he's now literally a monster. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all because the two people that she had to choose from. Here's the two people that she
Never
chose
expected
from.
that to be.
She had to choose from an a-hole, a complete jackass that deserved what he got, and who was the guy back in the village? That guy was a jackass too. He thought just because he was a great warrior that he could do whatever he wanted, walk around the town. I get this woman, I get this woman, I do whatever the F I want. I don't like Beauty and the Beast.
I like that, what he's saying, man. I'm with it. I thought Aladdin, I mean, come on, man. You got this dude who he's,
But hold on.
street rat.
Poor kid,
and it's
yeah.
Like, he's just like, I happen to be poor, but like he's good, he's noble, and that's why he was able to even get the land because deep down he was a good dude.
Right.
And so it doesn't matter if you're broke or poor, you're a good person.
Yeah.
You come out on top if you're good, solid.
Another reason I think Aladdin takes it, Gilbert Godfrey.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
he
What was
was
What was the
great.
cat? The bird's name? Diego. Yes.
Diego.
Thank you, Diego.
Yeah,
Yes.
Diego, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
All right,
By the
Aladdin
way,
it is.
looks like, according to Maribel, Lin-Manuel Miranda is attached to write music for the live-action Little Mermaid. She says, I think.
I'll tell you what's going to be amazing is that live action Lion King. That's going to be
especially good, dude.
Especially looking at what Marvel, what Black Panther's doing. People are going to be hyped for Lion King.
Man,
They
Lion
already
King's
are.
Lion King's
I mean,
going
that cast is unbelievable.
And think about it now. This is why I think Lion King needs to be the number one. They've made it on Broadway. They're doing another thing here. I mean, we're going to get to that anyway.
Well, maybe they will. Maybe they will. But who's moving forward then between, was it Aladdin and
said
Beauty and
Aladdin.
the Beast?
We
We
said
said Aladdin. We still on Aladdin?
Yep.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, Aladdin.
Now,
I like that.
Back to this side. Where are we here? We're at Toy Story versus
Coco.
Toy Story 3? Oh, Coco.
And you guys
I didn't
didn't
see
see
Coco.
Coco. Yay. And here's the problem.
Again, I'm gonna go with Toy Story because not only for personal reasons, but also because it was a completely original
toys that
story.
talk. I mean,
and a concept, and it broke the ground for digital animation.
And so
But it can't be the same said for
so-
Coco. Coco was a very original story too.
Coco, this is
Right?
what I like about Coco. Coco touched like me and my family and like us, our traditions of like ancestry and like
Day of the
everything
Dead
they said was
stuff.
everything that and that's like, man, that's exactly what I do. So it was like, wow, they're kind of making me look normal here. and that's what I really liked about him. Plus the mariachi thing, I mean, I'm partial. I play music.
Yeah.
And my dad was a lawyer. My mom was a nurse anesthetist.
That's right, the kid's a guitar player. That's
Yeah,
right,
so I'm
yeah.
like coming out like my business family being like, I'm gonna play music and I gotta follow. So that's where I'm like,
Well,
it hits me like,
and
ooh.
the title song is much better on Coco.
Man,
I mean,
just
nothing
like,
against "You've Got a Friend in Me," right?
you
Great
got
song.
a friend in me.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
dude.
but "Remember Me," right, is the name of the song.
Remember Me was and
Is-
he wrote that because the guy wrote it to his daughter.
Beautiful.
His daughter, and it was, oh man, I'm going Coco. I got to.
All right, now I'm going to stick with.
You know what?
I'm gonna-
You got to just go see it, and then we'll have a conversation.
But as it stands right now, unfortunately, Toy Story is going to get pushed
And that's
forward.
okay. I'm with that. I'm
All
still,
right.
dude.
I gotta go. I'm gonna go see it this weekend.
Buzz. I mean, you got to see it, dude.
Put bang in the microphone.
Remember that, Buzz? I do you remember that part.
Although Buzz dancing tango in Toy Story 3 was pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, so Toy Story's making it to the next round, which then
Final four.
Our final. Let's see. So that
Nemo
brings
versus
The Incredibles.
The Incredibles. I'm going Nemo.
Yeah.
All right, so the Nemo
I
moves
love
on.
The Incredible Nemo, dude.
So it's going to be Nemo versus Toy Story 1 on that side of things. But so and over here, let's start with so it's Lion King versus Aladdin. Lion King versus Aladdin on our bracket here.
Dude, Lion King takes it, man.
Lion King
all day long.
all day, dude.
Yeah.
I know every word of that movie. Lion King.
I think
Be prepared.
That was the greatest song ever. Come on, man.
I really think if we sat down and watched both of these again side to side, we could make arguments for both of them to be at the top of this list.
Before we finish this, and I think I know which way this is going to go, but we have to sing a karaoke version of whatever the winning movie is.
I think that's awesome.
All right.
That is a great idea.
I'll have to
So
grab
right
my
now-
hard drive out.
Right now,
Oh, you don't have your hard
Lion
drive?
King.
No, it's right there. I have to plug it in. It won't, and then open up the.
My vote's Lion King for the to get them in the finals.
All right, so it's Lion King against
yep.
Toy Story.
So Toy Story versus Incredibles. Yeah, I'm going Toy Story.
Toy Story versus wait, you didn't say Incredibles. You said Nemo.
Oh no, it's Toy Story versus Nemo.
Oh, Toy Story
that's
versus
a really
Nemo.
good
Yeah, we
four.
yeah. So Lion
Another good
Lion
concept.
King's in the final on this side.
But here's another good concept. You're talking about fish and down below
Toy
and them
Story.
all speaking, and there's another
And Nemo.
world. It's another cool thing. And a dad
Yep.
saving the son's life. Dad didn't get killed off. The mom got killed off, but the kid has a small little flipper, and it's like, oh, and he's like, you save, you can't, I can, Dad, I can do anything. Don't you go? And he remember this is.
I have a
Nemo,
very-
dude.
I have a
he went
very-
across the world to save his kid. Come on.
I have a very personal Nemo reference that I can't necessarily. I don't think it'd be appropriate for me to share. So
Teasing us. What's the tease?
it has to do with my daughter. It has to do with my daughter.
Oh,
All right.
that's fair.
But
I'm all of a sudden picturing you in college. A couple other frat boys.
Talking
making
about
me
just keep
goldfish.
swimming, baby. Just keep swimming, baby.
yeah. So confession: I ate a few goldfish in college. No, I'm just kidding. No. But I'm still gonna go with Toy Story because we have a stronger connection to toys than we do
Fish.
to marine life, and they're such a big part of our.
Because I watch the children. We
Even
watch our
still,
kids
I
now.
have toys. I have an ET that I've had since I was probably about 2 or 3 years old, and I still have it.
Dude, you know what?
There is
Just on that alone.
there is an emotional, a sentimental attachment to toys.
And I noticed watching my son, like watching him play. Like I remember, the kid was 5, right? And he's doing this with the airplane and doing the buzz and whatnot. And then when my son turned 5, I'm watching him play, and I remember referencing Toy Story, being like, "Oh my God, they really do that." And
Yeah.
So let's ride Toy Story.
Well,
I
and,
like
and,
that.
and you learn the lesson that even though the kid goes off to college, like he still loves his
Still
toys.
loves his toys, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a good, yeah.
There's a
Unless you're that horrible little girl who discards her toys on the side of the road.
Are Binkies in the same category as toys? Your old Blanky from a kid, is that the same category? If you still
For
have
some
that?
people, but not as many. It's
me.
not. Yeah.
there's
Linus.
for a buddy. There's a buddy of mine, very successful. He is a part owner in a multi-million-dollar company, and he still has his binky, his blanket from when he was a kid, and will not. And I think one stuffed animal too that he will. And now it's not out. It's packed away somewhere, but he will not get rid of it.
I have a blanket that actually I still use today. I mean, it's a full size, twin size blanket. And it's just kind of survived over the years. We just never, because it's held up really well.
Yeah.
And now it's probably almost as old as I am, but it's a Major League Baseball twin size blanket. So it's awesome because it has all these old school teams that some of them don't even exist anymore. But it's held up really well.
I had one of those.
But I'm still gonna go with toys over binkies on that.
And I got a blanket story too. My great grandmother made this quilt, and there's a picture of me when I was like 4 or 5 months old in all white, laying on this blanket. I kept the blanket and did the same thing with Jahani and the same thing with Valentina. So there's a picture of all three of us as babies in all white on the same blanket.
Wow, very cool.
Dude, cool
that is
stuff.
cool. Yeah. All right,
So,
so it looks like that Toy Story is moving on to the final round. Then is what you're saying.
I like it. I think that's great. I think and the originals, man, like Lion King and Toy Story, that to me makes perfect sense.
So that's where we are. Then back to our bracket. The final rounds right here in the middle is Lion King versus Toy Story. Lion King on the Disney side of thing, and a Toy Story on the Pixar side of things. Who am I starting with today? On this one, I mean,
we all know that I'm going Lion King.
Lion King.
We all know that. Because the only song I can think of is "You Got a Friend in Me," but I can sing. All kinds of songs.
It didn't really have. Yeah, it didn't really have right because you had Hakuna Matata.
Mm-hmm. Can you feel the love tonight? What is it? In my mama, all the way you arrived on the planet. That whole thing.
Yeah. And it is.
Be prepared.
It is easily one of the great Elton John songs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, I think, and then you got
because it transcended the movie.
I just, man, there's so much. You talk about this guy killed his brother to be king and was horrible. You got the hyenas. Whoopi Goldberg's in it. Cheech Marin's in it. James Earl Jones is in it.
Yeah.
It's just Matthew Broderick's
Whoopi?
in it. Whoopi's in it.
Come on now.
Yeah, I was the first person to say it was Whoopi. I said Whoopi.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Cheech. Yeah, I went the hyena route and then went around.
Got to take care of your dread brethren.
Got to. And not to mention Rowan Atkins. I mean,
he's
Zazu. Yeah, he's Zazu.
Oh, yeah.
And now you can see the eyes. You can see it. Be like, oh, yeah, he really is. Yeah, dude.
Oh, wow.
Everybody's in that, man. I feel like Lion King is
Robert Galam.
He was Rafiki.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Rafiki. God,
that's class.
Guy,
like
bro.
A-list. Yeah.
Like, remember he laughs.
All right, I think it's Lion King.
Time. We can say it is time. We can quote that movie, man. Come on, dude.
Chris says Lion King.
Yeah, Pumbaa. Remember the whole luau? Dress and drag and do the hula.
Nathan Lane.
Nathan Lane is it? That's right. He's Timon.
Yeah.
Dude, come on, man.
He's right.
You gotta go Lion King, man.
Lion King
is the greatest movie.
Lion King.
Of all. Now it's time to sing.
There we go. So after we've gone through this bracket between Disney and Pixar, us three, we have decided that Disney ekes out.
What does everybody at home say? Let's see what their votes are. Let's see what
this bracket. This bracket is a blast. You three are perfect guys to be doing this together. Very entertaining. Lago. I wanted Little Mermaid to win. Ariel for life.
There you go. See what else? That's what I want to hear. Okay, we still got one Little Mermaid.
Is it the short Finn? Great show. Y'all are such nerds, but clearly having so much fun.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah. Right.
Coolest nerds you know, brother.
All right. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Lion King wins. So let me do this then. I'm going to open up my karaoke program.
And of course, everybody, when they have a kid, they hold them up and do the.
We all did it. That's so true.
Oh my gosh! I bet you're right. I bet you.
Like touches.
I bet there's like. Yeah.
Da da dun da da dun da da dun.
Well, did you? You guys have had kids. I haven't had kids yet. Did you grab your kid when the first thing you do? Did you hold up that?
So when my son was born, I actually pulled my son out when he was able to pull. I didn't. He was still connected. I wanted to do it, but I didn't want to. The umbilical cord, that would have been weird. But I definitely pulled him out, and I had the moment of like wanting to be like, You just type. But I just felt it was a little inappropriate because I didn't do any of the work. I'm gonna act like I did all the work and be like, yes, I won. So let it go.
We did it!
Good job, babe.
All right.
Oh man.
Chris, you're going to need some headphones here.
Wait, can we do Be Prepared?
Let me
That's
see.
a way better one for me, man.
Yeah, he can do.
Yeah.
I can do.
Oh, man,
I can do. Can you
that.
feel the
Yeah.
love? Let him do.
Yeah,
Be prepared.
Whoops.
Although I don't know if I would go after Chris.
Well,
Oh, come on.
you go. Well, you know.
All right, so here's what
Have
I'm
you
doing.
heard me sing?
No.
Oh
It's got to
man.
be up there. Be Prepared.
Now there's even more pressure. He's never heard me sing, Chris.
I wonder if I haven't if the
Dude, I can
company
just do
that I work for.
acapella, bro. I know
By
that
the
whole
way,
song.
I
Really?
definitely want to like come in sometime and like sing with Chris playing.
I'm with it.
I'd
I
be-
brought my guitar.
I don't know.
awesome.
I'd be doing some like John Mayer or
Dude, that'd be cool. I'll
or
solo and lead
yeah
all day.
or Red Hot Chili Peppers.
All right, you said you can do Be Prepared a cappella, Chris?
Yes.
All right.
Sure, here you can take
I'm pretty
the
sure.
headphones.
Oh, no, we're good.
Well, I
no,
don't
we're
have.
good.
Well, here's
Hey,
what I can
Rick's
do.
over there.
Here's what I can do because on my program I don't have it, and I don't.
Oh, you don't have it?
Hands.
There's
but,
a YouTube version.
But yes, I
Yeah.
can go to YouTube.
Yeah.
So here we go. I'll do that then.
So I know that your powers of redemption are as wet as a warthog's backside. Thick as you are, pay attention. My words are a matter of pride.
Be prepared.
My kids love this song in the car, man.
See, Valentina's just getting into the music.
Oh, is she?
So her first exposure, and I love the one thing I love about non-Disney movies is that they kind of go the cheap route and they go and bring in songs that already exist. And so her first movie that she's still obsessed over is Trolls. And so
Dude,
you get Earth, Wind, and
Valentina's the same
Fire.
thing, dude. Same thing.
And you get Earth, Wind, and Fire doing September and Justin
I'm about
Timberlake.
to show you
and-
something so cool that you just said that. I can't wait to show this to you.
All
You
right.
nailed it, bro. You nailed it.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah, man.
Here we go. And the lyrics will be up here.
You couldn't even dispose of them. It wasn't like they was a lone sky.
What?
Lone sky.
I think we're getting ready to do karaoke over that
So
scene.
Yeah, no, we're good. We got it. It's
you sure
going.
this-
We're good.
Yeah, it's got to start the.
But I have a
Precisely. Just, I got
Okay,
this.
all right.
We got to make sure you talk and sing over it, because if not, Facebook's gonna kick us off.
You ready? Watch. See, I know that your powers of retention are as wet as a warthog's backside. But thick as you are, pay attention. My words are a matter of pride. It's clear from your vacant expressions. The lights are all on upstairs. But we're talking kings in successions. Even you can't be caught unawares. So prepare for the chance of a lifetime. So prepare for sensational news. A shining new era, it's the new mirror. But where do we feature? Just listen to teacher. I know it sounds sorted, but you'll be rewarded when at last I am giving my dues. And injustice deliciously squared. Be prepared. Be prepared. We'll be prepared. For what? For the death of the king. Why, is he sick? No, so we're gonna kill him. And Simba too. Great idea. Who needs a king? No king, la 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 la. Idiots. There will be a king. Hey, but you just said I will be king. Stick with me, and you'll never go hungry again. We will soon be connected to a king that we all time adore.
All right.
Yeah.
Well done, Chris. Well done. So now that I've got my karaoke reverb on,
Another Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy, thank you.
Yeah, we didn't mention
People
Jeremy
don't know
Irons.
Jeremy Irons was in what was he in? What was he? Was it Harry Potter?
I was thinking the same thing. I was trying to look it
I
up.
think it was, he was Harry's part 3. Who was he?
Let me look it up. Hold on.
Jeremy Irons
Yeah, oh, dude.
in Harry Potter.
I don't know if he was in Harry Potter, but
what
he's in.
movie
He
was
did
he in?
play another kind of like iconic villain.
Yeah, I can't remember what it. Anyway,
Man, if
But
we
Wasn't
only-
he in a
here's-
Bond
here's
film
my
too?
story about knowing Lion King. It was senior year for me, and I used to get strep throat all the time. Took up my tonsils, and one day I was sick, and Lion King was on VHS, and I couldn't really move. I just watched it, rewound it, watched it, rewound. I probably watched it 6 times that day.
Huh.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Jeremy Irons is phenomenal.
All right, what do you want to do?
He's got to do "Can You Feel the Love Tonight."
Can you feel the love tonight? And I had that karaoke
That's,
version, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me open that back up then. By the way, thank you guys for coming in here today. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, that was
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun in here when you guys are here. And so
Don't
I'm not
worry, we
just
won't tell
staring.
anybody.
I'm not just staring into the camera, getting angry about the news of the day.
Oh, you should have seen it, brother. Oh, Chris about blew this whole thing up, man. It's going to set this
Before
place
I
on
walked in?
fire right before you walked in, man. When you get a second, just start the whole thing over when it's
Oh,
over
don't
and
get
watch.
me wrong. Look,
Oh,
trust
man.
me, I have plenty to say. But if it weren't for the fact that I'm almost positive there's people watching that would love for me to
Slip up and say the wrong thing, right?
Yeah, because I got plenty I've been wanting to say, but I got to keep
About
my
the
mouth
news of the
quiet.
day?
Oh yeah.
Because in those moments, then it would be too hard to separate you from Marco Rubio if somebody wanted to pull a quote.
Yeah, of course.
Because then you're
Even being vague, it's just not even worth it.
all right. Well, here's my headphones.
So,
Then
well, I can take those
grab
back.
Oh, yeah.
I grab those back,
Because you need to be able to do it over there.
and we just want to make
got
sure
tied
that
You good? Ha Wait, right way?
Yep, you got it.
All right, cool. And ha
There we go. All right.
I might be my new
Can
requisite.
I look at it over your shoulder,
Wait,
or
you can- yeah,
so
I
I don't
can
have to.
move.
So
Well,
I can
hold on,
still
I'm
face the camera.
yeah, I'm gonna stop because it's hold on one second here. It is given.
Now I haven't heard this song in ages.
on, man. Hold please. Hold please. All right, for some reason.
Hold.
Yeah.
Hold
on. a second.
Great fine reference.
It's funny because it's completely unintentional. But whenever I go to Park and Rec and I ask him like for a song that I don't normally ask for, it'll like either he won't have it or the machine like kicks it out or like it's just like
It's only when he comes by.
It is. It is.
That's really funny.
Oh, by the way, you get a kick out of this, and we had a trip last week. I did Hotline Bling.
Ooh, that would have been fun to watch.
That was fun, dude. People loved it. Loved
luck.
it. Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
You used to call me on my.
There we go.
All right, you ready?
I don't have the lyrics anywhere. Hold on. There we go. Oh yeah, got to start it. Can you start it over or no?
Yes. I think.
Yeah, I missed the cue. I thought it was going to change colors, and it just comes out. Oh, there we go. Got a little reverb.
Okay, you're ready to go now.
Yeah. There you go. Goal here is to impress Mr. McCarty. There's a calm surrender to the rush of day when the heat of a rolling wind can't be turned away. A little layer seems slow. An enchanted moment, and it seems me through. It's enough for this restless warrior just to be with you. Can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough for this a wide wanderer that we got this far. And can you feel the love tonight? This is my Elton John. How it's laid to rest. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe
want to apologize, and I don't know why they do karaoke like that. Well, a lot of my songs are like that.
Version? No, it's all right. We already sang it. I mean, just threw me off a little bit.
Well, I'm just curious because, no, that's the same one.
Dude,
yes,
I've never sang that song before.
Good job, man. Good job.
I'm gonna have to add that to my repertoire.
Sam's giving us a look. I don't think she approves of our decision of who should win that.
Oh my god.
We just play it. Lion King.
Lion King won. Yeah, yours never made it out of the first round, Sam.
Hey, screw you guys. You don't know anything.
What was it she wanted again? Ratatouille?
No, she said Night Before Christmas. Ratatouille. So disrespectful.
Nightmare Before Christmas, right? All right. Well, it did make it out of the first round. So no, I hate that. You know, some of the karaoke songs that I have, they bring up the lyrics like as you're singing it, so you have to know the song. If you don't know the song, you can't sing it. Yeah. And so I don't know if that's for like professional karaokeers or you know, for competition nights or something like that, because it wouldn't make any sense. Like who could keep up with a song unless you knew the song?
Well, they're just slightly slower than the music. Sorry, that was me trying to check out the comment section.
All right. So thank you so much for being a part of the Wake.Show everybody today. And I can't thank Chris McCarty or Johnny Torres enough for coming in here. And I know Johnny Torres looks like a millennial now on his phone. And so does Chris. They're both.
Oh, yeah.
But
we're trying to check out at least I am. I'm trying to check out the comments. See, you know.
Oh, you needed that instant. Oh, no. Our live videos ended.
Oh, maybe it did kick us out.
After an hour.
When? When though? Just now.
If you end this video now, you'll be able to choose if you want to save it or to leave it end. Done. Oh, no,
it's still going. No, we're still on. No, dude, we're on right now, dude. I'm like live. Yeah, we're good.
Oh, we were still on. See?
Yeah, but you saw the screen.
Yeah. That was weird.
Oh, now it's done. yeah, okay. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. We just dropped the mic. Like.